My parents never loved me. That is the fucking harsh truth that I had to face yesterday, and I really didn't want to face it. I felt like a piece of shit for admitting it, but I just couldn't keep on lying to myself. I've been lying to myself my entire life. I've been using this programming that I've trained myself to use, that every time something painful, something crappy comes up, snap, I immediately shift and I'm like, no, everything's great. Everything happens for a reason. And on the surface, it seems like, wow, that's really good. You can just process things so quickly and be positive, focus on the good things. But no, it's just my way of, how can I explain it? Let me give you an example. It's like I'm in jail. And rather than accepting the fact that I'm in jail and trying to figure out, all right, how do I get out of here? I just pretend like I'm not in jail, to the point where I literally believe that I am out, that I'm free, that I'm living my best life, when I'm stuck in that stupid fucking jail cell. That is the power of the mind. That is the power of my mind. And it all stems down to my parents. Not that I'm blaming them. They did the best they could. My dad is very, very emotionally repressed, to the point where I don't think I've ever known how he's felt underneath. I don't even know if he knows. And one day, we had this conversation. We were talking about movies, and you know how in movies and TV series and stuff like that, parents will go to extreme lengths in order to save their children. They'll sacrifice their lives to do that. And my dad straight up said, I would not do that. And that was my dad. My mother, on the other hand, did the best that she could. She went all out, tried to be the best mother, tried to give us everything that she could. Unfortunately, she could not give us the love that we wanted, the love that we deserved. She loved us because she had to, because we were her children, because she chose to be a good mother, but she didn't unconditionally love us. There was always a condition attached to it. And the best example of that was when I was 15 and she decided to leave because my brother's autistic. She and my father had to take care of him pretty much 24/7. And because of that, obviously, like, you can't do that for the rest of your life. It's not logical. So she just got to the point where she's like, I can't take it. I need to focus on myself. I need to leave. And in that process of leaving, of abandoning us, she discovered something. And it was basically, she needed to go through this process of, I need to reject everything that I've known, and I need to be super fucking selfish, to the point where she literally told me and my sister and everyone, you are no longer my family. You are no longer my son. We're just friends. And of course, it fucking hurts when your mother tells you that. And in the back of your head, you're like, yeah, but we wouldn't be friends. There's no fucking way in hell we would ever be friends if not for the fact that we're related by blood. Yet, because of the fact that I never got that unconditional love from my parents when I was young, I developed this mechanism of, I'm going to try to be perfect. I'm going to try to accomplish all these things to make my parents proud so they will love me. And it was basically, sorry, there's a spider on me. And it was basically my process of, let me buy love. And I've replicated that process for the rest of my life, in every single area of my life, to the point where even today, I feel indebted to someone when they do something for me. When they give me love, something that I should deserve just for the fact that I'm me. But every time someone gives me love, my reaction is, oh shit, I need to do something to repay them for that. Otherwise they're gonna stop loving me. And that has been my pattern my entire fucking life. And it was really hard to admit because of that pattern. When I realized that, I'm like, well, no, that, like, I can't believe that. Because, they gave me everything. They gave me shelter, they gave me food, they raised me, they took care of me, they did all these things. They weren't able to provide me that unconditional love that I wanted and that I deserved. And because of that, to this point, to this day, I'm replicating that exact same fucking pattern with me. Let me give you an example. When I first found out I have stage 4 cancer, my initial reaction is, ooh, I started running again recently. Let me go run 10 kilometers. That way, I'll be able to say, hey, I ran 10 kilometers when I had stage 4 cancer. Which doesn't necessarily seem that bad, but if you change the perspective. So if you're like, all right, instead of just being me, what if I treated myself as if I was a child? Imagine a child learns they have stage 4 cancer. And my first reaction is, ooh, go run a fucking 10K because that's gonna make you seem so much cooler. Like, I would never in a million years do that to a kid. Yet I do that sort of thing to myself all the fucking time. And it's because I'm replicating that pattern from my youth. I'm replicating that in all my relationships. And accepting that was so difficult. And even now, I'm still struggling with it. And to the point where it's like, I had to call my sister and be like, hey, I kind of just was forced to realize this. And I say forced because I did an energy session with a friend. And that was at the core of everything. That's like the biggest thing that came up. So I had to call my sister and be like, hey, like, how did you live the childhood? Like, am I wrong here? Like, am I right? How did you live it? And it's like, she's like, no, I completely agree. Like, they never loved us unconditionally. All the love they gave us was because it was their duty as parents to do it. Everything was conditional. And she didn't live it quite as intensely because by the time my mother left, she had already left the house. She kind of started her life and everything. And when my mother left, when she abandoned me and my brother and my dad, she went to live with my sister for a year. So not to say that I envy my sister or anything. Like, everything happened the way that it did, and I'm really close to my sister and I love her, and everything happened the best way that it could. But it was so difficult to process. And even now that I've accepted it, it's like, all right, I'm done pretending. I'm done lying to myself. I want to break that cycle of as soon as something traumatic comes up, rather than just defaulting to, nope, everything's fine. There was a reason why this happens. Everything happens for a reason, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, I need to sit with it. I need to focus on that discomfort. I need to experience it fully of like, yeah, it fucking sucked. I did not deserve to be loved conditionally. I deserve to be loved unconditionally. I deserve to be loved just for being me. It fucking sucked. And, I'm saying that. It's like, okay, I'm starting to accept it, but it's like, I need to get to the point where I go back and I feel it so intensely that I fucking break down, that I get pissed, that I like smash a vase. Like, I don't know. But it's just like, my entire life, I've never gotten to the point where I was like super pissed. Because I have that mechanism of disassociating and pretending like everything was fine, and then trying to be perfect, trying to accomplish things so that my parents could love me, so that my friends could love me, so that I could love myself. But that was always conditional, never unconditional. So yeah, that's why I didn't record a video yesterday. And today, a while back, my girlfriend asked me to write a letter to God, or in my case, universe. Just, asking for help and just, basically it's like a written prayer, and then burn it. And I wrote it last week and I just never got around to burning it. So today I'm like, now seems like a good time. Let me go take a walk in nature, which is why I'm here. Burn it. And I don't know what this means, but I was sitting on that rock right over there. And I was reading the letter, about to burn it, and a groundhog just comes up right between my legs. And those things are like super afraid. I've never gotten close to any of them in my entire life. They're really afraid. And it just kind of stood there for a second, then like turned around, brushed against my leg. So I actually touched it and just walked away. Now, I don't know exactly what this means, but I'm interpreting this as a sign from the universe of like, yeah, okay, I heard you. Everything's gonna be okay. So yeah, there wasn't really a point to this entire story. I'm just sharing what's going on in the last couple of days. I'll update you in the next few videos, because at this point I'm just like, I'm still trying to process everything. So I really don't know what's gonna come from this, but that was my shitty childhood.